In this video, we're going to show you how to plan and install a transom over a single or a double door. You'll see a short video that explains how transoms fit over a door. Then we'll show you how to set the width of the transom to match your door. We'll determine the height above the door that you'll need for the transom to fit. And then we'll talk about how to size the transom's jamb. We've helped thousands of people do this, homeowners and contractors, so don't feel intimidated. All parts of this video are taken from the planning section of our website, where we have videos on many different types of installations. At Transoms Direct, we build custom-sized windows to fit your opening. We can even help you design combinations of windows and doors to enclose rooms like the dining room shown here. So let's get started installing a transom directly over the top of a door. If your installation doesn't look like the one we're showing here, check out the planning section of our website. Chances are we've already built a video series for your exact situation. Hi, this is John with Transoms Direct. Today we'll discuss how to install a transom sash like this one above a door for a completed installation like you see behind me now. Also check out the planning section of our website that includes in-depth information on measuring and ordering for this and virtually any other transom install. For installation above a door, you will order the width of your transom sash to match the nominal width of your door. Here we have a 32-inch wide sash to match the 2'8" or 32-inch wide door you see behind me. For this installation, we've chosen a 12-inch tall transom sash, which is pretty standard for this 9-foot ceiling in this room. If you have a taller ceiling like 10 feet or more, we recommend a 16-inch tall sash, and for a shorter ceiling like 8 feet, a 10-inch sash. Take the height of your sash that you order and add 2 inches. This will be the clear height required above the door jamb and below the framing for the transom to fit above the door. The transom sash, of course, will need to be installed into a jamb for installation above a door. Order or build your jamb to match the thickness of your wall, or just measure your existing door's jamb depth. Once the transom sash is placed in a jamb, we refer to it as a transom unit. When your transom unit arrives from the factory, place it into the opening directly over the top of the door jamb. Be sure that the faces of the door and transom jambs are flush and that side jambs are in alignment. Then you can secure the transom unit to the door with a couple of nails. At this point, the transom is installed and you are ready to trim out the door. The last step is to cover the seam between the transom and door jamb. We recommend a piece of 1-inch mullion. Cut the mullion to match the distance between the casing legs and secure it in place with a few nails. That's it. You've installed a transom over a door. At Transoms Direct, our basic product is a transom sash that you order with specific dimensions, width, and height. You've elected to install a transom over a single or double hung door, using a standard 3-sided rough opening for installation. To facilitate this installation, a jamb will be attached around the outside edge of the transom, making it a transom unit. During installation, the transom unit will be placed into the rough opening and on top of the door unit. As you see here, the jambs of the door unit and transom unit serve as a sort of adapter between the thinner door slab and transom sash and the thicker wall. Also notice that the width of the transom unit and the door unit match, making them line up vertically as you see here. Now, let's relate this discussion back to your rough opening, your door unit, and the width of the transom sash that you should order. We recommend that you order a transom sash that is the same width as the inside jamb width of the door unit you plan to use. To measure this width, place a tape measure inside the door jamb and measure the clear inside width of the jamb, being careful not to include the doorstop in your measurement. For double doors, you measure across both doors jamb to jamb. This double door has an inside jamb width of 60 inches. Measuring is important, especially for locking double doors. With T-astricals, you often have non-standard widths. Assuming now that you've measured your door jamb and found the ordering width for your transom sash, let's compare that to the dimensions of a transom unit. When you add a jamb to your sash, you now have a transom unit that is slightly larger in height and width than the dimensions of the sash you order. Jambs are made of 1x material, and 1x material is exactly 3/4 inches thick. Since the jamb forms a perimeter all the way around the transom sash, the jamb adds an additional 3/4 of an inch along each edge of the transom sash, left, right, top, and bottom. Cumulatively, you end up with a transom unit for installation that is 1 1/2 inches wider and 1 1/2 inches taller than the sash size you order. Most customers do have us add a jamb to their transom sash before it leaves our factory. We consider such transom units with the jamb ready to install. Now, let's relate this discussion back to your rough opening. If you've already built your rough opening, we recommend that you purchase a door with a slab that is 2 inches narrower than the opening you have. Or, if you've already selected a door, build a rough opening that is 2 inches wider than the door size you plan to use. Let's look at some examples. If you plan on using a 64-inch wide door comprised of two 32-inch wide door slabs, you would build a rough opening that is 66 inches wide. If you've already built an opening that is 34 inches wide, purchase a standard door that is 32 inches wide. In either case, once you have your door purchased, find the clear inside width of your door jamb to determine the transom sash width to order. During installation, the 2-inch larger rough opening will easily accommodate the 1 1/2 inch width added by the jambs. This leaves 1/2 inch left over that can be split evenly into roughly equal sized gaps on each side of the unit. This 1/2 inch of extra room allows us some flexibility in installation to ensure that the door unit is set square, plumb, and level into the rough opening. Later, you can watch our video on shimming and squaring to do this correctly. In our next video, we'll consider the ordering height of the transom sash by figuring the space above our door unit in the rough opening. You're planning to set a transom over the top of a single or double hung door using a rough opening for installation. Let's determine the height of the transom sash that you should order. To do this, we must plan on how we'll set the door underneath the transom. The standard inside height of a door measures 81 inches above a finished floor. The bottom of the door jamb legs will be set directly atop the finished floor and rise 81 3/4 of an inch into the rough opening. But please note the following two important details. First, the top of the door jamb is where the transom unit will be placed. This top of the door jamb will be set inside the rough opening at 81 3/4 of an inch above the finished floor. This clear height below the door jamb to the finished floor is still 81 inches. The difference is the 3/4 inch piece of 1x material that comprises the jamb on top of the door. Second, if you're in an earlier stage of construction and have an unfinished floor, raise the door jamb a 1/2 inch above the unfinished floor, or otherwise adjust for the finished floor height that you're planning. Remember to account for raising the door jamb in your planning process, since the top of the door jamb will now be higher than 81 3/4 of an inch. As you can see, between the top of the door jamb and the top of the rough opening, space exists into which the transom unit can be placed. Measure or calculate the height of this opening and order a transom sash that is 2 inches shorter than this opening created above the door jamb. As you'll recall from our last video, adding a jamb to your transom sash creates a transom unit ready for installation that is 1 1/2 inches wider and 1 1/2 inches taller than the sash size you order. A properly sized transom sash with a jamb installed will leave a gap of approximately 1/2 inch above the transom unit once it's placed directly atop the door jamb. So now you know how to determine the width and height of the transom sash that you will order. In the next video, you'll determine the jamb depth that you need for your installation based on your wall thickness. This jamb depth will apply to both the jamb that you order for your transom sash as well as the jamb depth that you order for the door. After you've planned your rough opening and finalized the dimensions of your transom sash, it's time to size the depth of your jamb. Since the jamb is a sort of adapter that fits the thinner transom sash into your thicker wall, the jamb must be sized to fit your exact situation. Jambs only have one measurement that changes, the jamb depth. The jamb depth that you order should be equal to the thickness of the wall where you plan to install the transom. There are two ways of determining your wall thickness. One, by physically measuring, or two, by adding up the thickness of the wall's materials. Think of your wall as a sandwich, which we call a wall assembly. The pieces of the bread on the outside of the sandwich are the wall sheathing. In the middle of the sandwich is a framing member, which is often a 2x4 or 2x6 wall stud. When all pieces of the sandwich are in place, you have a wall assembly. If your rough opening is already built with the wall sheathing attached, use a tape measure to determine the wall thickness by measuring the outside to outside dimension between the opposite sides of the wall sheathing. This example shows a sandwich of a 1/2 inch drywall and 2x4 stud wall measuring 4 1/2 inches thick. This is a common wall assembly which corresponds to a common jamb depth of 4 9/16 inches. The jamb depth that you order should always be equal to or slightly larger than the actual thickness of your wall assembly. If you're building a brand new wall, you can also add up the thicknesses of the various wall components to determine your jamb depth without measuring. But beware, walls made of plaster or fire-rated materials or walls in colder climates or urban settings often have non-standard wall thicknesses. Either carefully research the actual thicknesses of each wall component or measure the actual as-built wall thickness when complete to be sure that you're ordering the correct depth for your jamb. If your wall is already built, consider using a hole saw to drill a small hole clear through the wall at the place in the wall where the transom will be installed. Place a tape measure into the hole and hook it on the opposite side of the wall to determine the actual thickness of the wall assembly. If you're remodeling a finished home, look for a door or a cased opening that exists along the same wall as where you're planning on installing your transom. You can carefully measure the jamb of these openings to obtain the wall thickness. For a door, go to the hinge side and measure to the edges of the jamb on each side of the doorstop, being careful not to include any casing along either edge. For a cased opening, measure to the edges of the flat jamb on the interior side of the opening. Again, be careful not to include in your measurement any casing that abuts the edge of the jamb. Coincidentally, the door jamb and cased opening shown in these examples both measure exactly 4 9/16 inch, which corresponds to the proper common jamb depth for the 1/2 inch drywall and 2x4 wall assembly that we saw in our previous example. To summarize, always order a jamb that is equal to or slightly thicker than your actual wall measurement. If you decide to calculate your wall thickness by adding the components in your wall assembly, add 1/16 inch to the sum of the wall components. A jamb that's slightly deeper than your finished wall assembly will not be noticeable after final installation.